Lynette Oxley, sorry, it's been a very, very long week. Hannes is going. Lynette Oxley for Tactical TV, sorry that we've not been around for 2 weeks. But yeah, it's been a little bit with these public holidays and some people that's been sick when they should have been the cameraman and all kinds of other stuff, eh? We've been
good help is hard to find, eh?
Any case,
anyway, hi viewers, hi Lynette.
So what are we talking about today?
Well, so you guys are you've organised a nice thing for Huntex for Girls on Fire.
Yeah.
So I'll let you talk about that.
Okay, so we will be some Girls on Fire volunteers will be on the Wildman stand, and if you want to volunteer to actually come and help us. You just need to have a Girls on Fire shirt, or
preferably should be a girl.
Yes, please. If you're a girl, that's the only prerequisite. No.
Or identify as a girl and wear a skirt.
Let's not start that way. But in any case, if you want to help volunteer, contact me and we can have a chat. But come and meet us if you're coming up from any of the other areas in South Africa. There will be a couple of Girls on Fire on the stand throughout Huntex.
So that's a permanent booth on the Wildman stand.
Exactly.
Okay, so GOSA is then also going to be GOSA law specifically, using GOSA law, because GOSA law is almost becoming a distinct personality to GOSA main. GOSA law is also going to be on Huntex. We're talking to a host right now. In fact, we might be on more than one stand because it's an attraction. You know, we can have a lawyer or lawyers or members of the legal team on the stands answering legal questions. So we think that's quite an exciting way of doing things. We will also be GOSA Media is also going to be there and going to be conducting interviews. And roaming around and providing live streaming, so that's also going to be quite exciting. I think it's a great way for us to get the name out there and to meet people and to talk about gun rights. Yeah, we've been hectic busy. We're busy. We're having this afternoon. Or this evening. We're having our first Krav Maga CQC Academy course starting on our ranges, and the ladies course, and I believe there's one or two men also going to, but they're not going to be mixing with the ladies, so they're going to be with the separate male instructor. The ladies will have their own female instructor.
I know.
So they needn't feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So there's those two things those things happening right now. Sorry?
It's a month-long course every Friday night for the rest of this month.
Yes.
From 6:30 until 8:30.
Yeah.
If you are interested, there is other courses, Krav Maga courses, that's going to be here on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. And don't start with me with that. We will make a plan if you're still interested. We might have another course in May, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Excellent. You know, poor old bloody gun-free South Africa. Shame. You got to actually feel for them. They keep trying. You know, they've got one tune and they play that bloody tune over and over and over again. So I see that Claire Taylor.
Yeah.
Research shows she's the research. There's one researcher, it's her. So making claims about firearms in the home being more dangerous than not having firearms in the home. So you've gone into that a little bit, Lynette, I believe.
I haven't. I'm still busy doing it. I'm going to probably do a media release for us about it, so I'll just need a little bit more time. But I've got some ideas from Richard. Weston has sent some ideas through to me. One of the really funny things is they say to you, if you take out your gun, if you pull your gun out during a crime situation, the situation, you risk that you'll get shot at. Yes, if you pull out your firearm, the guy is also going to try and defend himself, shooting back or while he's getting away.
Which is why it's important to train and to be sure that if you pull your firearm out, you're not going to miss.
Yeah. As I said, during an ambush, to return fire is a natural thing. So there is going to, if a person is ambushed, or ambushed person is going to have to, he's going to try and get out of the situation.
Sure.
So if he has a firearm
Sure.
and he is going to shoot back, it's not like if one party shoots, the other one doesn't.
So we fall back on that old sport shooting maxim. Shoot faster and don't suck.
Yeah, and don't miss.
That's what I said.
Yes. So there's a couple of other things that she goes on about femicide, but her research is just...
Jeez.
It's
They've got the same they rehash Naima Abrams and Richard Matsopoulos' mutually supporting research, which
and there's also the story with Anthony Altbecker's research, apparently. He says she's confusing South African data with Russian, US, or Thai data.
Yeah.
The attacker did not offer an explanation, only the fact that criminals tend to shoot back. Yes, criminals tend to shoot back.
Yeah, if they've got a gun and you pull your gun out, the chances are they're going to try and beat feet, but they're going to use their firearm to help to give them cover. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll go into it in a lot more detail. We're just mentioning it to you now that we are working on this. We'll go into it in a bit more detail, but yeah, that's it.
Published research relating to modelled murder rates 1994 to 2019. We've been to a couple of those where he was talking about it. Indicates that the most impact upon recent annual increases in the murder rate is due to the decreasing firearm owners' rates. So murder has gone up because firearm ownership has gone down. So, but in any case, those research will come out in the next couple of months. Okay.
All right. You've also got Girls on Fire Introduction to Handgun course coming up.
Yeah, that's on the 25th of May. There is still space. So please, if you haven't booked. We have 4 courses, and I will advertise all of them for the rest of the year at Cecil Payne. I have been asked to go and do something in Durban. I've got an offer for a range, but I just literally haven't had the time to actually do that. We're starting to organise the Top Shot for the end of the year. End
of August.
Yeah, end of August. Well, towards the end of the year, end of August. I just still have to get that going, but it's just been absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's just I'm trying to keep my head above water.
Yeah, from Tax Shack's side, we've got a large shipment of guns and ammunition coming in, and the stuff is pre-selling like it's going bananas.
Yeah, so I've been a little bit busy with that.
Yeah, we also have to pay the bills, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, then just to finish off quickly, we'll play out with a we're not going to reinvent the wheel. So sometimes other parties develop good material, and we're just going to promote that material. So Martin Hood has come up with, look, we've always known the whole genesis of the 90 days, 90 working days, or however much it is. But Martin's put out a video, which we're going to play out with, which explains where this comes from quite nicely. It's based on his 2011 South African Intrusion Detection Association, SAIDSA. It's based on his order for competency in that case in 2011. And then police in 2012 came out with a directive which refers to licensing, also following the general guidelines laid down in the SAIDSA competency matter of 2011. So it explains where that whole thing comes from quite nicely. So well done. Thank you, Martin, for providing the footage. And here we go.
Yeah, and
otherwise, have a great weekend, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Hi folks, today's topic is how long should my firearm license application or my competency certificate take in order that it be finalized. Well, many of you have heard about 4 months or 90 days. I'm going to tell you why that is, how long it should take. Way back in 2011, I obtained a court order on behalf of the South African Intruder Detection Services Association and a whole bunch of security companies who had thousands of security officers who were waiting for the issue of their competency certificates. And for many of you, you might know that if you're a security officer, you can't use a company firearm unless you have a competency certificate. Now, that meant that many security officers actually couldn't work. They couldn't be issued with a company firearm. And the court order, which was eventually taken by agreement on a constitutional basis, has the following clause. And I'm going to read it very precisely to all of you. The failure and or conduct falls short of the minimum standards for just and reasonable administrative action required by PAJA, which is the Promotion of Administrative Justice Act. Goes on to say, individual applicants and indeed all people who have applied for competency certificates are entitled to have their competency certificates issued and or their application processed within 4 months in order to comply with reasonable administrative action. Now, first of all, that was taken by agreement. And secondly, it is 4 months for competency certificates. Many of you might say, but then how does it apply for licenses? Well, first of all, let's look at the wording. It says, and indeed all people. But wait, there's a bit more. SAPS in May of 2012, a year later, issued an internal directive, and it's entitled as follows: finalization of firearm applications within 90 days. It goes on to say, this office has noted that the finalization of firearms applications within 90 days has never been explained in order to monitor compliance and monitoring by the different environments. And it goes on to say the 90-day period is unpacked as follows. I'm going to put these documents up on my Facebook page again. You all know where to go and find it. It's Martin Hood, MJ Hood and Associates. The police have denied that they issued this directive in the light of the Sayitsa court order, but it's just simply too coincidental that they agreed on 90 days internally for the processing of an application after the issue of this court order, which they agreed to. So, bottom line is 90 days. It's 90 working days, which again, quite coincidentally, translates to approximately 4 months, because there's about 22 and a half working days in a month. Do the math, it speaks for itself. So there it is. Your firearm license, your competency certificate should be finalized within 90 days or 4 months. The remaining question that we have to ask is, so what happens if it's not done within that time period? Well, the simple answer is the Promotion of Administrative Justice Act says it's unreasonable administrative action and it's subject to a review. You can go get a court order, you can get an order saying that your application has been refused by operation of law, can be overturned, and the police can be ordered to issue a license or a competency certificate. Realistically, although that happens on a fairly regular basis, it's expensive, time consuming and so on. So what do? You get hold of the police. You can communicate directly with them. There's various email addresses, various police officials, or you can send a letter of demand through your attorney asking that the license or competency certificate be approved forthwith. It very often works. You know how to get hold of us if you want that type of assistance. Bye for now. Have a nice day.